A very beautiful book I read somewhere, little bit, not fully, but very little bit. It's a very mathematical, or you can say scientific kind of book, but the name of the book is Anti-fragility. In that which they say that there are things which are fragile, meaning they will not stand the changes of life, so they will break. And there are things which will stand the changes of life. So those are called, how to say, rigid? No, not rigid. They are called
Resilient. No, strong, right?
strong, something like strong. No? So they are called, like they are fragile and then strong, like this. And then the writer says that there is no such thing in the world which is strong enough to stand any changes of life. Even the strongest thing in the world is still actually fragile. It is just that it doesn't meet the certain amount of degree of change that it appears to be strong or stable. Otherwise it will also break actually. So basically there is no system, policy, process, thought, vision which you can implement and will sustain, like will live all the changes of life. It is not like that. They are subject to change. It is just that how much they are exposed to the changes of life, that or how much they can stand. Like this. So they are saying that he was saying that these are the two things: fragile and then something stable. I forgot the name actually, exact word they used. See, let's say strong for now. But he said there is another thing actually. There is something, third thing, which nobody has explored so far in our life. Neither economists, nor scientists, nor politicians, nor the top management in the companies. No, they don't explore this. It is anti-fragile. There is something called anti-fragile, which is a new word in dictionary actually, because there is no such word in dictionary generally. And he says this anti-fragile is yourself actually, your being, your soul. And this anti-fragile has this quality that the more it is exposed to adverse changes of life, the more it grows. It doesn't break, it grows. When it is not exposed to adversities of life, it remains the same. But the more it is exposed to the adversities of life, difficulties of life, uncertainties of life, it grows actually. This is what he says. And this is what I am saying precisely right now. The more you live in uncertainty, the more your being grows, the more your soul gets chance to, and the happiness anybody feels in their life is actually the happiness coming from the soul. When it is like this, then your body and mind, everything is covered by that happiness. When it is like this, a small part of this body mind living in one corner only and emitting little bit energy only so that this body mind can function, then you don't feel that happiness which you are seeking actually everywhere outside of yourself. It is your own nature which you are seeking outside in everything. So those who are happy, they are not happy because the situations are favorable. They are happy because they are living their nature. Fully they have given expression to their own soul. Bruce Lee somewhere said that martial art for me is a way to express myself. When he's saying express, it doesn't definitely mean mental expression. It is the expression of his soul actually. That energy, he wants to express that energy freely. So whatever speed he wants to achieve, and like this, he says. So expression of yourself. So if your life is expression of yourself means your true self, not what we have been believing we are, but what we truly are. Then happiness or peace or silence or joy is experience of your life. Only when your life is an expression of your true self. Like this. So that that stable self within yourself, which is not true self actually, appears to be strong, and you believe that it is not fragile, it is actually fragile. And that is why we need to continuously care about our situations, and like we need to continuously correct our situations. We need to choose. We continuously keep choosing our situation, that I want this, I don't want this, I want this, I don't want to go here, I want to go here. I mean, body definitely has limitations, so you cannot really do everything that you want. But there are many limitations that we are imposing out of that limited self, which appears to be strong, but actually fragile. And if somehow you can see the fragility of that false self, that identity through which you are living, you will become free from it, because you will see that it is useless, it is not really stability. Then you will find the real stability, and that real stability is no stability. So you don't seek any stability, that is the real stability that you have. So it is a freedom from stability that you fall into your anti-fragile being. So from fragile, we always try to seek shelter into this strong position, and now we are saying that you can actually go beyond it by seeing that it is actually a different degree of fragility only, and it is not anti-fragile, it is also fragile, but it is like glass, very fragile, versus iron, very less fragile, but it is less fragile. It is not that not fragile, because it is prone to rust. It can be broken, it can be melted by fire, isn't it? Even rocks, they can be broken like this. If you look at this in a very normal sense, I am saying, not really in the ultimate sense, then water is more robust. Robust is the right word actually for it. So fragile, robust, and then anti-fragile. So water is more robust than a rock actually, isn't it? So this liquidity, this flexibility is the strength of life. The more flexible you are, and there is a flexibility of the self, of the being that you have, that just grows by every stroke, by every hit. Whatever hits it is destroyed, disappeared in it, but it itself somehow responds in some beautiful way. So it's a beautiful thing to understand actually. I mean, we will continue like this in the next meetings. But somehow I don't want to, miss any opportunity to meet you or to guide you or to point you actually, because I really don't know if we will ever meet again actually. I mean, it could be the last meeting. So I always try to, cover everything that I can. For me, every meeting is a last meeting. Everything that we are doing, like rules and everything, and the fee connected to this group and everything, is, you can say in a way, with the assumption that there will be a tomorrow. But that is outside of my teaching sessions. When I am in the teaching session, for me there is no tomorrow. There is no next also. For me only this. So as long as possible, try to stay with me in thisness, in nowness. So you can know who you are. Because remember, you are not growing in time. You are the experiencer of time. Although you feel you are moving through time, you are not moving through time. Time is moving through you actually. But because your attention is also moving, you cannot notice this, which is not moving within you. And only when you can notice that which is not moving within you, that you will be able to see that time is moving through you, not vice versa. So we will learn slowly how to be more still. So that we can see what is appearing as robust is also actually fragile. And so that we can discover also that which is neither fragile nor robust, our own self. And knowing that is actually freedom. Freedom from planning, freedom from strategy. We are creating strategies for in our life continuously out of fear. It is freedom from fear actually. Each one of you is this truth. That is why I can say so boldly, because I know the listener is truth only.